First thing, guys, we have to be aware that each person God works in a way. There are works that the artist ends quickly, and there are works that the artist takes a little more. The making of a work is done all the time of drafts. You are often worried about your final text. Many times we evaluate the final text in the other's life, is what we can see as a result. Calm. Much more interesting than the final text is the draft. It is the way through which the author came to that result. When you see a ready work, if you think that text you read was several times broadly, isn't it? Do you write? How many times do you make observations in your text? You change a word. And in each modification, I can tell you for what I write. In each modification you make, a new text is conceived. So that within a work there are numerous possibilities of other works. Conversion, my people, is a process of making that takes time. God is not concerned about the time He will take to do the work. He wants quality. And we need to get out of this magical view that a camp will change our lives, that a mass will change our lives, of confession will change our life radically. No. There are no magical changes in Christianity. And any religion that wants to be honest, it will sue the person in the conversion process. What is it to enter a process? It is you to live the daily life of a reality that is gradually materialized. So what God does in us through a camp is, perhaps, to help us fix a phrase that is wrong. But the sentence is not the text. It is part of the text. But we listen, and nothing happens inside us. It's a lie. There are words, my people, that take time to flourish within us, just as a seed takes time so that it can turn, becoming a fruitful reality. And often people give up on the conversion process is because they want an immediate result. But this immediate result does not happen, nor is it good that it comes. I am very afraid of these conversions that change radically. The person does not look even more. He does not talk to anyone else. Have to be careful. Because conversion is true as it leads us to the awareness that God is changing us and changing in the details. We have to be aware of all the drafts of our lives. Because often the fate of our life depends on that drafting. The fate of the text depends on that draft. And conversion is that you scratch a new life all the time. You may not yet be ready for the definitive text. It may be that a lot will still have to happen. No problem with it. We just need to have historical patience with our conversion process and with the process of who is on our side. So it's no use you think your child will leave drugs just because you hospitalized you in a drug addiction clinic. No. Highlighting it is just the beginning of a process that will take time. It's no use removing the drug from your child's pocket. You have to get out of it. Taking off your pocket is very easy. Removing the drugs from the pockets and throwing it in the trash is very easy. Now, remove it from the dependence on work. But we only remove dependence, this vicious reality, whatever it may be, from the moment we exercise in the process of daily discipline. And Geisa conversion, it is all the time to take possession of the discipline to be lived. Christian is not born of caesarean section, I said that here. I played, why? Compared to delivery, caesarean section is a doctor who cuts the belly and removes the child. The child has no work to be born. Now in normal delivery, it is suffering for the mother. It is suffering for the doctor. It is suffering for the child. For this new paschal life, the Christian is not born of caesarean section. No, our delivery is always painful. Our birth is always procedural. It will slowly. But when we are born, the mother gets much more health than when she does the caesarean section. It's not like this. I don't know that it has already given birth. Normal delivery is much healthier in a woman's life. Clear? Why? For us too, the process is like this. Many times we insist on our conversion through caesarean section. Cut the belly. Tear. No, it's not like that. It is the process that makes a difference. And all the time we are in process. These disorders are your adequacy process. When are you in disorder? When you are inappropriate. I don't want to live like that anymore, but I don't know how to live in a new way either. So, I'm inappropriate. Then you are looking for a balance. It's just like I remember when I converted, because my conversion was very late. I was already in the seminary. But my choice for Jesus himself, my choice for my religious life, as a priest, was not a priest yet. Huh? I remember that I was an absolutely boring and unpleasant person. Why? I had lost my mercy. I had lost my humanity. And Leo himself spoke to me like that, my son. Religion is doing you bad. Beware, you are less friends with your friends because of God. You are less patient with sinners. It can't be that way. If you want to be a truly good priest, you will have to be patient with your limits. But since I am not a patient, I was not a patient with my limits at that time. I judged my projection to others. So I had no patience with others, because I saw in others what I didn't like to see in me. So when I assume my limits and take it to them, I'm starting to adapt. I'm starting to live this process of overcoming inadequacies. And conversion is that. When you look at the earth that was sown and don't see the seed sprouting, we run the temptation to think that it didn't work out, because our vision is always very pessimistic. Oh, that there happens nothing, I've seen it. No, calm down. The seed has its time to bear fruit. And the camp can be a quick rain on the seed we are. The camp can be a longer rain on us, no matter the time. What matters is the process. I would like to hear your opinion about true friendship. Who can we discover a true friendship with? Look how beautiful saying that. What is the true friend, right? I have always believed that in life, from a very young age, that there are people in our history that they are so fundamental, that we can no longer say the name without remembering her name. We identify the essential people in our lives are like this. At the moment of a lot of joy, or the moment of great sadness. These are these two extremes that are able to reveal to us who we really love. When you are too happy, those people you would like to have by your side, to see the same things you are seeing. When you are too sad, what people you would like who was holding there in his hand. Then you identify your true friends. Now, why did they stay? It's a mystery. We never know how to say why that person became friends with us. Perhaps because she had a greater sensitivity than others did not have. Maybe because they looked at us in a more perfected way. They had more patience with us. They were calmer. It's not like this. The friends who will be for the rest of their lives. They are the ones you know. Guys, he's boring. He's sick. But I know that when I need him, he's by my side. No people like that. Just for that reason, we support the defects of others. Because we know that even if I'm in misery, he won't leave me. Even if I lose everything I have. This is love. There are no conditions. I'm not afraid that the other will not receive me. I'm not afraid that the other will treat me the same way I treated him. I'm not afraid that the other will have resistance to me. No. The love I know he has for me gives me the courage to call in the middle of the night and say, I need you now, even if you didn't have the opportunity to have me by your side the moment you needed. This is the relationship we have with Jesus, right? When you have the courage to knock on his door the moment you don't deserve to be. When you have the courage to call him the moment you wouldn't deserve to call it. This is a real friend. That's when it doesn't depend on time. How many times have I called you? How many times I went after? No. The lace that remains, which is independent of time. Because sometimes in the rush of our lives, sometimes you don't have that time to cultivate. But you know it is there. I have a friend of mine, Marina, that every time I left, I even get emotional, when I remember that. Because the moments when she told me that was not easy. She always told me at times when my life was being difficult. Each time I took my car, which in my mother's apartment had no garage, I would leave the car at her house. It was the last sentence I listened to every time I was leaving. She at the gate. She looked at me and said like this, I'm here, see? Marina? She was not part of my day-to-day. She's not there in my side in Taubaté. She lives in Formiga. But for me, that phrase gained such a big meaning, guys, because every time I remember the need to have someone by my side, I remember this sentence, I'm here, see? That is, I do not make a shortage. I do not create much noise. I do not give much news. But I am here. The time it will pass, things will be different. It may be that I have no opportunity to be there. It may be that I have no opportunity to arrive on time. But be aware that I am here. And how does this phrase have the power to reverberate who is love? Perhaps those who love and don't even know how much it reverberates. Because experimenting with mercy on the strong side, I don't know if it has much advantage. I want to see us know how to try mercy on the weak side. When you need to be beloved, when you need to be helped, when you need to be the one who leaves the place to ask for help. And then at this time, at this moment, you know that things can be resolved with that presence that you know does not change. It's there, someone who assures him to be there. I am here. I would like to end in a different way. Who knows, right? I never had the opportunity. I don't know what the possibility I have to be in your life. I don't know how I can be in your life. It may be that in a concrete way you may know me. It may be. I don't know. It may be just for the program. It may be by email. I would also like to be able to tell you, moved by the force of a gospel that I believe, it may be marginalized. It may not even like a priest, but like what I say. I would like to continue to be here, just that, and be able to say for you, I'm here. I am here to pay the price I know I need to pay so I can exercise my ministry the way I exercise to keep fighting for what I believe. To be the human being, and that alone the human being who suddenly want to make a difference in the world, seeking the marginalized of our time. Maybe relieving us, and maybe you also find that too. How many people could you say this today? What happens in your life happens. I am here.